relationship of size of Bloom filter and x, that is the size of Bloom filter in the form of number of bits, can be calculated from the equation given in case of Bloom filter to calculate m. So the formula we tested on a very large website like Wikipedia, which has around 6 million web pages. So we find theoretically the size of file to be 4568 KB, and what we find on experimentation is also the same value. One more observation here is that it's a very trivial size given our modern computer system configurations.
Hello.
Now the third experiment is comparison of size of bit array and size of .crc file. Again, this is an important file in case of distributed systems. So we can pre-handedly know the amount of memory it's going to use. For this also, we have a linear relationship a step plot which assumes constant step size after y greater than equal to 16. For this again we have this formula. Now here mn round is round to the nearest lowest multiple of 4. It's very important to round it to get the correct value. Again, this was tested for Wikipedia and we found the size was again same on experimentation as well as the theoretical formula, and it was also not a very big size. So the Bloom-based approach is memory efficient. That we know as of now. We'll check whether it is better than the URL fetch time approach in case of time or not. So this is a main experiment. We'll see which is a better hash, Jenkins or Murmur, and moreover we'll compare them with the URL fetch time approach. So this experiment uses a bit complicated strategy. I'll explain it. We have taken 4 website samples, and for each website sample we have 2 plots. Plot 1 is time in generate phase versus false positive rate, and plot 2 is number of web pages or the percentage of website crawled versus the false positive. Now we want to find the relationship between time in generate phase and the number of web pages of that website crawled. It is important because false positive is not a true practical measure of the amount of website crawl. It's just a theoretical measure which changes with the type of hash function used. So we need to use a more reliable measure, that is the percentage of website crawl. Here we have shown the intermediary results only for 2 websites. So here what I have done is we have the percentage crawl. We have this, we calculate the size according to basic percentage formula, and then when we subtend it onto the curve, we find the false positive rate. Once we find the false positive rate, we move on to this curve, the one on the right, and when we subtend this false positive rate from this left curve onto the right curve, we find the time taken in generate phase. So this way, we'll have a relationship ultimately between the percentage of website crawl and time taken in generate phase. So these are the results which show that towards the right end, that is when the percentage of website crawled is quite large, then Murmur hash performs the best. And towards the left end, like when we want to crawl a very, very less amount of website, maybe somebody may need to crawl it, though in general we can say the Murmur hash approach is the best in this case. So the final experiment we performed was to check whether the Bloom technique is better in update phase or the existing URL fetch time approach is better. So in this case we found that our proposed approach is not as good as the existing approach. So in this case, we can rank the approaches as URL fetch time is greater than Murmur Bloom is greater than Jenkins Bloom based approach. Still here the step which involved updating of fetch time to 30 days ahead in CrawlDB, it could be removed because now we are simply using Bloom based approach. So the results, they can be summarized as per experiment as this. 1 byte here, it's approximately and not exactly equal to 8 bits. We have a linear relationship between Bloom file size and the Bloom array size. Same is the case for CRC file. And for generate phase, the best approach depends on the percentage of website crawl. So, though for the most part it is Momer hash, and for update phase it is URL fetch time approach. The future scope could be that I have tested it on a single node currently only, but since I've used the CRC file, it could be actually tested for distributed framework. It could be tested using cryptographic hashes, and it could be compared with the existing non-cryptographic hashes. And I believe no research work can ever be complete. It can be extended to any point. So this research work is also open for further exploration. I would like to convey my special thanks to Dr. P.S. Bhimra, ex-Dean Thapar University, Dr. Maninder Singh, Head of Department, Computer Science and Engineering Department, Thapar University, and Dr. A.K. Verma, Associate Professor, Computer Science and Engineering Department, Thapar University, for their very, very fruitful suggestions. Thank you for being a wonderful audience. And now I'd like to give my YouTube link where I have posted various tutorials on Apache Nudge, because first time it takes you a lot of time to actually configure it with Eclipse Luna. I myself took around 20-30 tries to get it correct, so I thought why not post it so that others' time can be saved. This is my Google site which summarizes my work and talks about web crawling in general. And if you want to have any research-related conversation, you can email me at my email ID. Any questions?
You have on the mirror websites where the documents are the same. So
Yeah.
you don't want to fetch even the URLs are different.
Yeah. Like I said, this can be explored further. Earlier, I was going to, shift to the further methods, but when I recorded its data, I found out that there's much which can be also written in this basic approach also. So I didn't move on to that further. Yeah, that can be an extension as to how we can have mirror websites. For that, we can use document-based Bloom filters, as in we can maintain Bloom filter for every document, and whenever a new document arrives, we can check, because Bloom filter-based testing is very fast. It doesn't depend, it only depends on the complexity of the number of hash functions used. So you could use it for that.
So my question is that why? I mean, so why was the existing fetch time approach better than your approach in the update phase?
So it is because in update phase, in my technique, okay, I'll first talk about the existing technique. What it did was, it checked all the conditions for all kinds of URLs, whether they're already crawled or not. And my technique, it first checked for whether it was present in Bloom filter or not, and then it checked all the conditions. There's since it's a MapReduce based framework, so maybe that condition checking for all the URLs based on key value pair was faster as compared to this approach where Bloom filter testing was also done.
Is it possible to have a hybrid approach?
Hybrid, so hybrid as in?
I mean, the two together?
In case of update phase?
Yeah.
So I actually combined them. Actually, yeah, it was a hybrid approach. So it didn't work actually. It was a hybrid approach. I didn't, completely do away with the existing approach. The existing algorithm. I identified what all conditions pertain to the URLs already present and already crawled, and what all pertain to the URLs not crawled, and I separated them, and I applied the two. I separated the two categories.
Any other questions? Thank you very much. This ends our session. Thanks for the speakers and for the audience. See you at dinner.